Note: the third husband, his name is Gregory Ethan Hilltop. He's from Leavenworth, Kansas. His ethnicity is Caucasian, Canadian, and German. He was born with a disease called CBS. It stands for Charles Bonnick's syndrome. He became blind at the age of 7. His favorite colors are lime green, turquoise blue, burgundy red, ivory white, and dark pink. His career occupation is a computer technician specialist. He works for a company named HTGW. It stands for Hilltower Techtricity West. He's been working there for the last 10 years, and the surprising thing about it is that he owns the entire business establishment. He has a net worth of $99,874,996. His wife's name is Honesty Lucinda Hilltop, but her maiden last name is Smart. She's from Kansas City, Kansas. Her ethnicity is Caucasian, African American, Indian, and French. Her career occupation is a general manager, director, president, owner of a big establishment 5-star hotel suite. The name of it is called the Aladdin Jasmine Palaces and Hearst Hotel. Her net worth is $59,317,582. Her favorite colors are aqua blue, violet purple, forest green, jet black, and cranberry red. Gregory and Honesty first met at her hotel suite. Gregory was there because he was hired to install some upgraded modern laptop computers inside the hotel library. When he approached inside the hotel, a guard greeted Mr. Hilltop at the door entrance and said, "Hi, good afternoon, sir. Welcome to Aladdin Jasmine Palaces and Hearst Hotel Suite. Is it something I can help you with?" And Mr. Hilltop responded by saying, "Yes. Hello, sir. My name is Gregory Hilltop. I was sent here by email from Miss Honesty Smart. I'm the individual she hired to install new upgraded computers in the hotel library." So the guard escorted Mr. Hilltop to the hotel library. An hour and 42 minutes had went by, and Gregory was still working on enhancing the PC database networking installment. 11 minutes later, Mr. Hilltop heard the door open up to the library. It was Miss Smart coming to check on Mr. Hilltop. When she seen him working, she took 2 sips of her coffee and said, "Hi, Mr. Hilltop. I'm the woman that emailed you to come over here and upgrade our computers." Then Gregory said, "Hey, hello. How are you doing, Miss Smart? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's who I'm speaking with." And then Lucinda responded in a playful way, Yes, I be her. That would be me. I'm the guilty one. I'm Honesty Lucinda Hilltop. Oh shit, I meant to say Smart," while laughing bashfully. Ha 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 ha. Then Gregory spoke in a flirtatious manner. "It's such an honor to meet you, Miss Hilltop. I mean, Miss Smart." Then they both smiled and laughed. Ha 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 ha. And Gregory proceeded to say, "With a laugh like that, and a wonderful attractive fragrance you have on, the angels from heaven told me to tell you, you and I should go out on a date tonight. Can you be available around about 8ish? Honesty blushed again for the 3rd time, and then said, "Okay, tell the angels in heaven that I said, yes, I would love to go out on a nice dinner date with you. I'd be ready for your snake tonight." Oh shit, my bad. What I meant to say was, I'd be ready at 8 tonight. They went on a nice romantic elegant date that night, and from that date, it led to some great wonderful happy times. But the 2nd year in their marriage, everything completely turned and crashed down to the ground and shattered to a billion pieces. The hotel she owned wasn't exactly what people thought it was. Her hotel service purposes are mainly for the sex industry businesses only, such as midnight escorts, one-night stands, midnight flings, orgy parties, Greek celebrations, alcohol parties, dildo pleasure parties, wet pussy parties, and plus a whole lot of shooting dice, selling drugs, trafficking women, and the enjoyment of being around prostitutes, sluts, whores, tricks, hoes, and promiscuous bitches. Gregory didn't know what or how to tell his family and friends of what he got himself into. Gregory and his wife, they're both multimillionaires, but Gregory's lost the percentage of $74 million in a year and a half of his marriage. Honesty had did the most unbelievable, unthinkable thing she did to her husband's financial high-profile lifestyle and business. Her and 8 of her friends had robbed her husband from waking up from an afternoon nap. Gregory then said while looking unpuzzled and clueless, Lucinda, honey, what's going on here?" Lucinda looked at her husband with a happy, relaxed face and said, "Good afternoon, Gregory Ethan Hilltop. Did you sleep okay? Well, anyway, I brought you a nice cold glass of sparkling water with a cherry and strawberry floating on top, just the way you like it, Mr. Hilltop. I'm ordering you to withdraw $74 million from your account. I want to open up more sex industry hotel franchises globally nationwide." "What's wrong, Ethan? Are you having a terrible nightmare?" Then Gregory said to his now crazy, delusional, insane wife, while shaking his head from left to right, Okay, sweetheart, let me get this straight. Your plan is to rob your husband for $74 million, only because you have goals to create and establish more sex marketing hotel corporations." And then he asked, "Is this a joke? Come on now, really? Are you seriously fucking kidding me?" Honesty stared at her husband with a cold, angry, evil facial expression. Then she loaded the gun that she had in her hand and said, $74 million, Gregory. Or, I can tell you a bloody bedtime story about a bitch that put a bullet in a blind man's fucking head and fucking died because he refused not to follow my goddamn directions. Gregory couldn't believe what he was hearing. He took 2 steps back and then took a deep breath and then exhaled, and unexpectedly with full force, he threw the glass cup that he was holding in his left hand towards his wife's direction, but only missing her face by 1.5 inches. The glass cup shattered into thousands of pieces, and then Lucinda smiled at her husband in a devilish round grin and spoke, while laughing, "Oh, Mr. Hilltop, you just made a mess. You broke your favorite glass cup. That's okay, Gregory, accidents happen. Oh yeah, speaking of accidents." And that's when Lucinda started to slap, punch, kick, and beat her husband until he made the withdrawal of $74 million from his account. Gregory then somehow found the strength to restrain his wife by grasping onto her arms. Then we managed to firmly get on top of her. Then he uttered to speak. "Stop it, Lucinda, stop it right now. Talk to me, hun. You don't want to do this. Babe, I know you. This isn't the woman I married." Honesty busted out laughing, like he just told a joke, and then she spit in his face and said, "Fuck you, you blind crippled son of a bitch." They both wrestled for the gun, but since Lucinda could see where exactly the rifle was laying, she had gotten her right arm free from her husband's extremely tight bear hug and reached for the pistol and said, "This is what death feels like." Then she fired the gun, but the gun backfired and shot his wife in her right eye. She fell backwards towards the floor while bleeding from her eye socket. Then Gregory yelled out, "Baby, baby. Oh my God, Lucinda, please, babe, talk to me. Honesty, come on. Baby, I'm going to go seek help." Then he stopped and paused and remembered that he always sleeps with his phone in his pocket, just in case of an emergency. But when he reached into his front left pocket, his wife struggled to sit up, but managed to do so. While blood continued gushing from her eye, she then raised her left arm up to get another shot at her husband, but the pistol backfired again once more, for the second time. The secondary bullet penetrated her left eye. Lucinda fell backwards on the pavement once again. All this time, sitting outside the house, was Mrs. Hilltop's 8 close friends, the ones that was supposed to rob her husband, Mr. Hilltop. They had seen everything that took place inside their home. They had a video spy camera in their possession. After being a witness of what they just seen, they backed out the driveway and sped off. 5.5 minutes later is when the paramedics arrived to Mr. and Mrs. Hilltop's home. 9 minutes after they arrived, Lucinda was now in the hospital with both of her eyes completely bandaged. She was practically in a severe coma for 6 days, 9 hours, and 21 minutes. When she finally woke up from her coma, she wasn't able to see anything. Everything was tremendously dark pitch black. During her massive surgery, doctors had to remove both of eyes from their sockets. It's mainly because both bullets that traveled through her cornea damaged her visual perception acuity, totally making her legally blind. As life went on, Mr. Hilltop tried his very best to be there for Lucinda, but she refused his offer to help her in the time of need. She faced him with tears of sweat, and tears of sweat running down Mr. Hilltop's cheeks as well. Then she said while yawning, "Fuck you, Gregory. Fuck you, Ethan. And a special fuck you, Mr. Blind Hilltop. Divorce me and pretend like I never existed. And one more thing, stay the fuck out my world." Link, text field. Double tap to edit.